ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ओम शांति शांति शांतिः प्रज्ञानां शुप्रतानै स्थिरचरनिकर व्यापिभिर्व्याप्य लोकान् भुक्त्वा भोगान् स्थविष्ठान् पुनरपि धिषणोद्भासितान् कामजन्यान् पीत्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् स्वपिति मधुरभुङ् मायया भोजयन्नः माया संख्यातुरीयं परममृतमजं ब्रह्म यत्तन्नतोऽस्मि यो विश्वात्मा विधिज विषयान् प्राश्य भोगान् स्थविष्ठान् पश्चाच्चान्यान् समति विभवान् ज्योतिषा स्वेन सूक्ष्मान् सर्वानेतान् पुनरपि शनैः स्वात्मनि स्थापयित्वा हित्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् विगतगुणगणः पात्वसौ नस्तुरीयः।
Mandukya Karika, Chapter 4, Alata Shanti Prakarana. We were seeing Karika 86. A jnani has nothing to do. He has no karma because he has nothing that needs to be accomplished in this world. Karmas are meant for fulfillment of desires. Or for a mumukshu who has got a vairagya, to gain chitta shuddhi, antakarana shuddhi, karmas are done with nishkama bhavana to gain shuddha antakarana. This jnani, who has already got his swarupa jnana, means he has already got shuddha antakarana, and therefore he has no desires, no karma required, even for shuddha antakarana, he has already got it. But some object, no, the Shruti says, Yavad Jivam Agnihotram Juhuya. A person should perform Agnihotra, the least karma in the Vedic rituals. Agnihotra, every day, so long as he lives. So therefore, how is it that you are telling that jnani need not do any karma? Answer was given, sir, that Shruti, Yavad Jiva Agnihotra, is meant for an ajnani, for an ignorant person, not for a jnani. So there is no question or there is no occasion for a jnani to take to karmas of any type. Agreed. But some say that is true. He did not take to karma. But shanto, danto, upartaha. One has to have shama. Dhamma, Parama, withdrawal from everything. At least that you should practice. Here's the answer. For a jidnyasu, for a mumukshu, or who is called as Vividisha Sannyasi, who is yearning to gain Atma Dhyana, Brahma Dhyana, Shama, Dhamma, Uparama, all need to be practiced so that he can command that disposition wherein the Atma Swarupa gets revealed in its true nature. But a person who has got this knowledge, who has nishtha in it, steadfast in it, Shama, Dhamma, Uparama, all these are not the things to be practiced. They become natural to him by his very disposition, the state of mind which is abiding in Atma Swarupa. Because Atma Swarupa is Shanta Swarupa. And being Shanta, that disposition of Shanta, there is no occasion for Shama, Dhamma, etc. So this is now being brought to our notice. Read Karika 86.
विप्राणां विनयो ह्येषः शमः प्राकृत उच्यते दमः प्रकृतिदान्तत्वात् एवं विद्वान् शमं व्रजेत्
Vipranam hi eshaha vinayah shamaha and api eshaha eva prakritaha uchyate. After shamaha, add the phrase api eshaha eva. Then continue prakritaha uchyate. Prakriti dantatvad damaha evam Prakriti dantatvad damaha add api eshaha eva. Api eshaha eva to be added. Evam vidvan shamam vraje. Evam vidvan shamam vraje. Viprana. In the case of Brahmanas, now here Brahmana is not a simply Brahmana as per a Varna system. This Brahmana Vipra referred to here is a Jnani. Brahma Janati iti Brahmana. This word is used in Mahabharata to describe a Jivan Mukta, who is described in Gita as Sita Pradnya, Bhakta and Gunatita. In the case of such Jnanis, he eshaha Vinaya. Vinaya here in the sense Swabhava, their nature. What is that nature? To abide in Atma Swarupa. To make the mind abide, or abidance of their mind in Atma Swarupa. This is the nature of Jnani. Their mind gets automatically, of course, because of earlier practice, gets absorbed in the Atma Swarupa. Vinayaha Swabhavaha, that getting absorbed in Atma Swarupa is their very nature. Vinayaha. Shamaha api eshaha eva. And we are talking about Shanta Shama. That Shama is this only. Shama literally means mastery over the mind. Mastery over the mind in terms of its withdrawal from indulgence in the sense object Vishayas to gain sense pleasures. Now, in the case of Jnani, this Shama also is nothing but abidance of the mind in Atma Swarupa, which Jnani has easily accomplished. If you don't say easily accomplished, this is his very disposition. What is it? Abidance of the mind in the Atma Swarupa, not running after the Vishayas. Shamaha api yesha eva. Therefore, it is what? It is called prakritaha uchyate. The Shama, in the case of a Jnani, is called uchyate, is called or described as what? Prakritaha. Prakritaha means swabhavikaha, natural to them. Akritakaha, not something accomplished by doing something. That period is already gone in terms of nididhyasana. Earlier he did. Now it has become natural to him. So therefore, after getting this state of mind, which on its own abides in Atma Swarupa, there is no question of separately practicing Shama. Same thing in the case of Dhamma. Dhamma is mastery over the senses. Prakriti Dantatvat. By his very disposition, because the mind is absorbed in the Atma Swarupa, by his very disposition, this Jnani doesn't indulge in Vishayas. He need not withdraw, etc. He is least interested in the Vishayas. He doesn't indulge in the Vishaya Bhogas. Where is the question of exercising or practicing the mastery of the senses? Because this Jnani doesn't take to sense objects at all. So therefore, Prakriti Dantatva, because of by nature itself, this Jnani doesn't indulge in the Vishayas. Api esha eva. His nature itself is the one wherein the senses are controlled. It doesn't run after the Vishayas. When the question of controlling them, already self-controlled. Therefore, Damaha evam, in this way. In this way, in the sense, by very nature, his mind is absorbed in the Atma Swarupa. It doesn't indulge in the sense objects. And therefore, Shama and Dhamma is his very nature. There is no need of putting forth any efforts to gain it. That was there earlier, before gaining the knowledge. See that Shama Dhamma are in proper frame. But now, because of the practice or the natural disposition whereby the mind gets absorbed in the Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa. So, evam vidvan, jnani, shamam vrajet, gains, prapnoti. What? Shamam. This shamam is here, the final shama. Brahma Sarupam Shantim Vraje. Shama, the absorption of the mind in Brahma Sarupa, which is Shanta, free from Antakarana. There is no occasion to be Ashanta. Vraje. Let us see the Bhasya. Read Vipranam Brahmananam.
विप्राणां ब्राह्मणानां विनयः विनीतत्वं स्वाभाविकं यदेतत् आत्मस्वरूपेणावस्थानम्
Eshaha Vinaya. This is Vinaya. What is that? Brahman Vipranam. Explained as Brahmananam. Not simply Brahmana, Jnanis. Vinaya. Literally, Vinaya means Vinitatva. Humility. Swabhavikam is very natural to them. What is that humility? What is that Vinaya? Yadetat, namely, Atma Swarupena Avasthanam. So therefore, Bhashyakara makes it clear that Gaudapadacharya has used the word Vinaya, not simple humility. Vidya Vinayena Shobhate. A person who is knowledgeable is humble. There is no arrogance. Means he should not have arrogance. Then only that Vidya shines. If arrogance, there is a problem. Because he thinks he is wise. There are wiser people also. They can put him down. More sorrow. No, here this is different here. Vinaya is, whatever that is, Atma Swarupena Avasthanam Esha Vinaya. That is what is called, described by Acharya, Gaudapada Acharya, as Viprana Vinaya. Still, it appears how Vinaya has to be this abiding Atma Swarupa. a Tippanikara comes to our rescue. Tippanikara means Kailashashram book. There are footnotes, Tippanis. They were given by a great scholarly Mahatma, Vishnu Devananda Giri. Vishnu Devananda. These Tippanis at many places are very, very useful. Whatever that is not clear in the Bhasya, including in the Andagiri Tika, at many places, this Tippani has clarified it. That Tippani goes like this. Why Vinaya is said to be Sarupavasthanam? Visheshena Nayati, Avanayati, specifically Nayati. Avanayati means disregards, repulses means negates. This person, Visheshena, totally, what does it do? Repulses, disregards, negates what? Avidya tat prayuktam. One who totally puts down, discards, negates ignorance of Atma Swarupa and its effect. With this Vyutpatti, etymological derivation, the word Vinaya means totally discarding the ignorance and its effect, which is possible only when the mind abides in Atma Swarupa. See how Gaudapadacharya thought it. Bhashyakara told, what did he say? Atma Swarupena avasthanam esha vinaya. How that word is used, Tippanikara has derived. See that zeal in study, wherein things are more and more made clear by masters. If Gaudapadacharya has not commented in the Karika, this was not been, it is not possible to give. If Bhashyakara has not commented, many things in the Karika we can't know. Andagiri further goes, even further, Tippanikara. We need further Tippanikara to tell in English also. So that it is also, especially Brahma Sutra, you find. There are commentaries on commentaries on commentaries, series of commentaries to make it more and more and more clear. So, continue, Shama api.
क्षमः अपि एषः एव प्राकृतः स्वाभाविकः अकृतकः उच्यते.
Shama api. So, that master of the mind, api, eshaha eva, atma swabhava eva. The Atma which is free from upadhi of antakarana is always what Shama, Shanta. By Swarupa it is Shanta. Esha eva. Means what is that? Esha eva. Prakritaha. Prakritaha. By Swabhava, Swarupa itself is so. Means Prakritaha means Swabhavikaha. Just it is the nature of Atma Swarupa wherein his mind has got absorbed. means swabhavika means akritakaha uchyate. Not something gained by doing something. Now, this jnani has reached a stage wherein shama is just natural to him because his mind is abiding in Atma Sarupa, which is by its nature Shanta. Practice of Shama of the mind is to gain Shanti in the mind. Now that mind has got absorbed in that very Atma Sarupa, which by nature is Shanta. The question of practicing Shama doesn't arise because he is abiding in the very result of Shama, practice of Shama, by nature. Same is the case with Dhamma. Continue. Dhamma api.
तमः अपि एषः एव प्रकृतिदान्तत्वात् स्वभावतः एव च उपशान्तरूपत्वात् ब्रह्मणः.
Dhamma api. Mastery over the senses. When you need to practice or exercise the mastery of the senses, when the senses go after the sense objects, when indriyas are indulging in Vishaya Bhoga, you have to control and withdraw back. But here he says, Dhamma pesha eva. Even Dhamma is the same thing. Why? Prakriti dantatva. Swabhavata eva. His mind is absorbed in the Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa, which by Prakritita, by nature itself is what? Withdrawn from sense objects. Because if the mind were preoccupied in the sense objects, Vishaya, Bhoga were there, he will not be able to gain this state of abidance in the mind, Atma Swarupa. That he is abiding the Atma Swarupa itself means what? By the very nature of that Atma, Brahma, his mind is no more preoccupied in the Vishaya, sense object, sense pleasure, and therefore there is no occasion of separate, putting forth separate effort to withdraw the mind from the sense indulgence. Swabhavata eva. By that very nature of Atma, Brahma. So, he is what? Cha eva cha upashanta rupatvad brahmana. Because the mind is absorbed in Brahma is what? By nature is what? Upashanta swarupa. Which is by nature no more in sense objects. So therefore, that mind, Upashanta Swarupa means that nature which is totally peaceful, otherwise called as Mokshakhya Shanti. Otherwise called as what? Mokshakhya Shanti. The Shanti which is called Moksha. Because Brahma is Shanta Swarupa, wherein this mind is abiding. Continue. Evam yathoktam.
एवं यथोक्तम स्वभावोपशांतं ब्रह्म विद्वान् शमम् उपशांतिं स्वाभाविकीं ब्रह्मस्वरूपां व्रजेत ब्रह्मस्वरूपेण अवतिष्ठत इत्यर्थः।
Avatisthate ityartha.
अवतिष्ठ
So in this way, this jnani abides in Brahma, which by its nature is Shanta Swarupa. As a result, he has already accomplished the final level of Shama Dama, wherein no further efforts are necessary because mind is already absorbed in such Brahma Swarupa. Evam, in this manner, means in the manner it was described so far. Yathoktam, as told earlier, as described earlier, Swabhavopashantam Brahma. Brahma is Swabhavena eva upashantam. It's upashanta, totally peaceful by its nature. Why? No antakarna. Where is the question of Ashanti? Where is the question of mind running after the sense object? Itself is not there. So what remains is that Brahma, which is already Shanta, Upashanta. Swabhava Upashantam Brahma. This Brahma, Vidwan, Vrajet, gains. Vidwan, Jnani. Shamam Vrajet. What is Shamam? Upashantim. The total peace. From where it has come? Swabhavikim Brahma Swarupa. Natural because it is the nature of Brahma. Swabhavikim Brahma Swarupa. Vraje gains in the sense Brahma Swarupena Avatishtate ityartha. He remains in the Swarupa Brahma, means his mind is absorbed in Brahma, that what he is experiencing now is Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa, totally Shanta Swarupa, wherein there is no cognition of Jagat, including no cognition of the body and the mind. He is what he is. I am what I am in reality. He has already crossed the earlier stages of practicing Shama and Dama, because his mind is absorbed in the Brahma Sarupa, which by its nature is Shanta Sarupa. And being nature Shanta Sarupa, there is no question of, or there is no occasion of indulging in the sense object so that it should be withdrawn. So Shama, Dama, Uparama, withdrawal of this is natural for this jnani whose mind is absorbed in the Sarupa. So far, the Atma Swarupa was ascertained by refuting the other opinions, other schools of thoughts about Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa. And this process started from Karika 3 of this 4th chapter. Refuting the other schools of thoughts. And now here it is concluded. Now, Gaudapadacharya wants to give us the prakriya, the mode of unfolding Atma Swarupa as adopted by Vedanta. So that is now being started, for which Bhashyakara gives Prastavana Bhashya for the Karika 87. Read Prastavana Bhashya, Evam Anyonya Viruddhatva.
एवं अन्योन्य विरुद्धत्वात् संसार कारणानि रागद्वेष दोषास्पदानि प्रावादुकानां दर्शनानि.
Pravadukanam darshanani. Darshanas. See, in our culture, the word darshana is used. Maybe most of them are wrong, but their attempt is to know Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa as it is. Maybe they have committed mistakes, but attempt is so. Darshana, the direct vision, as if seeing directly. See, among all the sense perceptions, sight is very powerful compared to hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. Seeing is very, very vivid. Therefore, in the court of law, if eyewitness is there, that is the final. Of it is verified whether it is true or not, whether it really that person saw or not. But it is proved that it is true that this person is seeing, that eyewitness is final. So darshana, the direct knowledge of it. All have made sincere efforts, but because of some drawbacks, they have failed to arrive at the final darshana, the true darshana, the true sight, vision of what Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa is. Say, these darshanani, these schools of thought, whose pravadukanam, the opponents, other schools of thought, called as, described as pravaduka, verbose, interested only in arguments. Shushka tarka, reasoning which is not that useful to gain Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. They are scholarly people, highly intelligent, like our scientists. But their main interest is elsewhere, not muksha. So, that is, these darshanas of these opponents who are like this, whose nature is like this, of these darshanas, Evam means as described and discussed so far from Karika 3 onwards up to here, 86. Anyona viruddhatva. They are mutually opposed to one another. And samsara karanani. These darshanas cannot make you free from samsara. On the contrary, they keep you continued in the samsara. Samsara. Why so? Raga dvesha doshaspadani. Aspadani. Ashrayani. They are reserved for the dosha defect of raga dvesha. Likes and dislikes are there. So therefore, as shown so far, the schools of thoughts discussed from Karika 3 onwards have got the defect of raga dvesha. They are the cause of samsara. They are mutually opposed to one another. So therefore, attempt of Gaudapada Acharya was point out this drawback in them. Continue.
अतः मिथ्यादर्शनानि तानीति तद् युक्तिभिः एव दर्शयित्वा तत्तद्युक्तिभिः एव दर्शयित्वा चतुष्कोटिवर्जितत्वात् रागादिदोषास्पदानां स्वभावशान्तं अद्वैतदर्शनमेव सम्यक् दर्शनम् इति उपसंहृतम्.
So it is concluded now up to here. What is it? Tani, those pravadukanam darshanani, all those schools of thoughts of opponents. Mithya darshanani eva. Mithya darshanani. They are false, wrong, because they can be refuted. We can point out how they are wrong. So therefore, which are false in nature, wrong is wrong, and therefore, Tani, what you have done so far? Tattad yukti bhi eva darshitva. Darshitva, having shown. Tattad yukti bhi. Tattad, when repeated, it means different. By different arguments we have employed so far, having shown how these schools of thoughts are wrong. Why so? Because this Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa, is totally free from the 4 types of categories they have pointed out as the nature of Atma Brahma. That is Chatushkoti Varjitatva. Because being free from, devoid of the 4 categories, kotis, referred to or told in Karika 83 and 84. Asti, nasti, asti, nasti, nasti, nasti. Asti, nasti, asti, nasti, 1, nasti, nasti, 4. 83, 84, all told. So therefore, Atma Brahma being free from these possibilities or these versions given by them. Raga doshanaspadam. Now, the Swarupa wherein there is no room for raga dvesha. So by pointing out their mistakes, now what is concluded, established is this. What is that? Ragadi doshanaspadam. Anaspadam means anashrayam, rahitam. That Atma Sarupa, Brahma Sarupa, which is free from doshas such as, defects such as raga, dvesha, that priti, hatred, likes, dislikes, etc. And it is swabhava shantam. By its very nature, it is shanta, totally peaceful, being totally free from prapancha, prapanchopashamam. There is no locus standi in this Atma Sarupa for prapancha. All ashanti is in the prapancha, projected by antakarna. No antakarna is Atma Sarupa, by nature, upashanta, swabhava shanta. And automatically it should be Advaita Darshanam Eva, the vision of the truth, where Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone abides, remains to the total exclusion of the projected Jagat, projected Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara. Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone, Chit alone remains. The pure consciousness principle alone remains. Pure awareness principle alone remains. That is our Sarupa, Ananda Sarupa, Upashanta Sarupa. So that is Advaita Darshanam Eva, that itself is what? Samyak Darshanam. Samyak Darshanam. It is the right knowledge, knowledge that needs to be gained. It is the knowledge of our Swarupa, the knowledge of the Swarupa, true nature of Jagat, is the knowledge of true nature of Jiva, us, is knowledge of true nature of Ishvara. Whether it appears a Jiva individual or Jagat total creation or the creator Ishvara, these are all appearances. In reality, it is nothing but Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone. In the water, many bubbles come, big, small, remain for a while, burst away. And when they are in the form bubble, water only appears as bubble, but it is water. And in that, many things gets reflected. Something beautiful, something not beautiful. But all these appearances, either bubble or the things reflected in them, has no value. Passing, transient. Bubble bursts, what remains is water. Likewise, Chit, Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone, Atma Brahma, is in between, in the state of ignorance, appeared as if Samsari Jiva, Cosmos Jagat, and Creator Ishvara. Now, that appearance is cut asunder by knowledge of discovering what the Sarupa, Chitta Chit Sarupa alone is as guided by the Shastra. So this is the Samyak Darshanam. So as told earlier, this started from Karika 3. Before that, in Karika 2 of this chapter, Pratijna was made. Statement was made that I am going to prove it now. 4th chapter, Karika 2. Asparsha yogo vainama sarva sattva sukho hita avivado aviruddhascha deshitastam namamyaham. Asparsha yoga. Sparsha sambandha. No sambandha with anything. So that is the means wherein you can discover this Atma Brahma Sarupa totally free, unconnected to, having no relation with the Adhyastha, Jagat, etc. It is something which is highly good. This is important. Avivadaha aviruddhascha. In wherein there is no room for mutually opposing opinions, mutually conflicting opinions. There is no room for that. Avivada, aviruddhascha. It is being self-evident. There's no doubt about it. And it is unrelated to everything, asparsha. So, and in life, it is not opposed to anything because it is the basis of everything. Aviruddha. Without that, this Jagat is not possible. Without that, Jiva is not possible. Without that, Ishvara is not possible. Itself alone remains. This was started second, and thereafterward the discussion started. Now here it is that Samyak Darshanam, that right knowledge is what? Upasamhritam. Concluded. Where Karika 86. Bhashyakara summarizes what was taught from Karika 3 up to here, 86. Continue, Athaidanim.
Athaidanim swaprakrya pradarshanaarthah arambhah.
Now, thereafter, thereafter, Idanim, now from 87 onwards. Swaprakriya pradarshanaarthah arambhah. Beginning is made, it begins to reveal, show, swaprakriya. Prakriya, the mode of teaching, swa means of Vedanta, of oneself, Vedanta. Now starts the process of revealing Atma Sarupa, Brahma Sarupa, based on the methodology of Vedanta Shastra. Arambha. Read Karika 87.
सवस्तु सोपलम्भं च द्वयं लौकिकमिष्यते अवस्तु सोपलम्भं च शुद्धं लौकिकमिष्यते.
See, Karikas are difficult because the terminology is used or something special. You have to unfold them. Otherwise, difficult to understand. That's why Bhasya, etc. required. Add Adhyara Vedanteshu Savastu Sopalambham cha. Add Tatha Dvayam Laukikam Ishyati. Avastu, second line. Sopalambham cha. Add Tatha Shuddham Laukikam Ishyati. Little in brief. What he means by Laukika is Jagarita, waking state. See the meaning. And what he means by Shuddham Laukika is dream, Swapna. How Gaudapada derives. Vedanteshu. In the Vedanta Shastra. Savastu. Along with, accompanied by, Vastu. The Vyavaharika Vastu. The Vyavaharika entities. The entities that are available in our common dealing in the world. Empirical entities along with them. Sopalambham cha. Not only the empirical entities, but also with their perception, with their comprehension, with their pratiti appearance. Cha, and also it is dvayam. It has got duality. Whatever duality, grahya, grahana. Thing to be experienced, things to be known, and the experience or knowledge. Grahya, grahana, dvaitam. This is called laukikam, which is belonging to the famous word, means waking state, jagaritam, which ishyate is accepted. Now the dream, avastu, the vyavaharika vastu, the transactional, empirical entities, things are not there, but swapalambam, its perception, cognition, comprehension is there. And that is called as what? Shuddham laukikam. Shuddham means, pure means, distinct from waking, jagarita. Laukika jagarita. Distinct from waking state, ishyate, accepted. Gaudapadacharya is defining first the definition given or describing first waking state, dream state, deep state, and how this master categorized the four turiya state. So these knowledgeable people give these four aspects: waking, dream, and sleep, and turiya. By that, you will unfold what the Swarupa is. You will see that. Oh.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ